Hypnagogue, ba ba ba. It's like a rave. Um, so Hypnagogue is my dream project. I've been a writer since I was in the fourth grade. Between the time I was in the fourth grade and like the ninth grade, I think I wrote like 7 or 8 books or something like that. So Hypnagogue is my first attempt to write a novel in my adult life. And I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to get into what Hypnagogue is about. You're going to have to dig in to find out. We're going to talk specifically about how I'm releasing Hypnagogue. I got a little scrambled here, but that's okay. So I started writing Hypnagogue in 2020. I've been writing this thing for 5 years so far. This is 2022. I finished the first draft of the story. At that time, it wasn't even called Hypnagogue. I finished the first draft of the story and I realized I'd written a novel and no story. And I thought, how is that possible? Nothing happened. How's that possible? So 3 more years, confusion and effort. And in the spring of 2025, I had what I call my revelation, which is a very big moment that kind of changed everything for me. So this is all about the revelation of 2025. I'm going to tell you what happened to me. So in the spring, I was having a period of writer's block. This isn't the first nor the last time this is going to happen to me, but I went to my therapist with it. I said, like, things in my life are going so good right now. I don't understand why I am having such bad writer's block. And we kind of got to the point where we realized it had a lot to do with the idea of publication. Publication was always kind of something that I like pushed way off into the future. Like that is a problem to solve once the book is polished, and I'm ready to put it out into the world. But what I realized was that actually having that massive uncertainty hanging over my head was affecting me in the here and now, and it was giving me really bad writer's block because I had this feeling of what's the point? Where is this going? And it was really impeding my motivation. I also went to school for English literature. I took a couple publication classes. I had a lot of professors who had published their work before. And I walked away from college really with the feeling that publication, the traditional publishing world, was really inaccessible and competitive to the point of like, kind of what's the point, you know? So it's just really overall really intimidating and it didn't feel very good. Now, kind of backing up here, during this time I was working at a retail brokerage. I was a retail brokerage that helped bring innovative and new brands to Target specifically. And one of the biggest lessons I had while I was working there is what new and innovative means at that scale. So, for instance, this is Joyride, a candy. They've been new. Hi. They've been new in Target for like a couple years now, but at one point, Joyride was brand new to Target. And if you didn't know how the system worked, you might have guessed that Joyride came from nowhere. But having been on the inside, what I learned is that Joyride did not come from nowhere. They had a massive social media following before they got into Target. They already had millions of customers. And so essentially, what I learned looking at this system was that success isn't a rocket ship. These giant gatekeepers, be it Target or Random House Publishing, they're not gonna, take you from the ground to the sky and, one decision. Success is a lot more like a staircase, and that you need to go one step at a time. So once I realized this and applied this to my work with Hypnagogue, it kind of like broke the dam of my mind. And I realized that I had just been plainly thinking about the whole problem incorrectly. And this is when I realized that I needed to get started putting myself out there and I needed to get started now. And so I kind of realized that I had everything I needed to do this. I already had experience making podcasts, I had experience uploading to YouTube, and well, I had experience making blogs too. So this was when I decided to completely start giving the story away for free. I wanted absolutely no barriers between me and my readers. What I cared most was that people could engage with my art. Um, and it was honestly life changing. I really can't emphasize enough how like amazing this was for not just like my excitement. Oh, we got 5 minutes, but also my motivation. It really helped my creative production because the carrot that I was chasing was so much closer, and so you're getting that gratification a lot quicker. And this is kind of like the big thing that I want to draw home because I think this is so applicable to all our lives is that we have all these desires, right? Mine was I want to get published, I want to be famous, I want to make money, I want to be a published author, whatever that means. But behind all that was my purest desire, which is that I want to share my art with the world. And once I connected with my purest desire, which is egoless, it's very centered in, what can I give the world? Once I was able to do that, I realized that I can live my dream today. And so I'm very excited to say that I'm living my dream today of, being a published author. Maybe means something different than what I thought it meant when I was a kid, but that's the story and that's the lesson. So, and that's Hypnagogue. And I hope you guys all check it out. So
And it sounds really cool. Norman, I listened to it. She's an incredible writer, I gotta say.
thank you.
And yeah, I want to actually see it in print to make sense of it all, but it really drew me in.
Thank
What can
you.
we do? Thank you. And what can we do for you, Lauren? Ask your question.
Just engage with it. Go check it out. Go listen to it. You have all you need if you have the business card. Share it with anybody that we all like have those like sci-fi fantasy like fans in our lives. So just share it with them, and that would mean the world to me. So
They would just email you, or you would send them a link, or
you can take extra business cards if you want. That's honestly probably the easiest thing to do. Or once you have the link, you can just send it to them.
okay.
So, yeah.
And then we have about 10 minutes or so worth of Q&A. So ask away, and she will answer away, and I will sit away.
Okay. Mhm. Oh, well,
Yes,
First of
raise
all,
hands.
I love it. Great presentation.
thank you.
I think, well, let's see. It's probably one of the best I've seen, because I think from the beginning to the end, I think you're obviously a person who can talk to the audience, and everybody was listening. So congratulations on that. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm a sci-fi
Oh,
geek, so
fantastic.
I'm looking for that. Do you have a LinkedIn presence too?
For Hypnagogue specifically?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I think, well, I have a pretty decent
Mhm.
LinkedIn followers kind of
Mhm.
stuff too. Is if that where some of your audience is, and I know on
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a lot of geeks too.
Yeah.
That would be another way to. I'm happy to.
That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't really thought about like Hypnagogue on LinkedIn specifically because I'm just only starting to like think about it as a business, but that's a great idea. Yeah. Thank you. So did you have some?
I was just curious, are you the one that like speaks? Are you the one that reads the
I
stories?
am. Yes. I've always really enjoyed like reading my work, and it's always something I've gotten really positive feedback on. And so I kind of view it as like an asset, it's like if I have the ability to like make my story come to life, like I should use that, right? So,
And also, second question, is this like age wise, would it be any age like 10 and up, or is it like
yeah,
anyone?
that's a good question. So, as the story is currently, any age is fine. It's kind of funny. So I'm now writing it as I'm releasing it. And so anytime I want to be like, okay, maybe they want to like smoke a little weed or something, I have to think like, okay, well that affects like the age, like appropriateness. So as it is right now, it's all ages. But but yeah, I'm like I don't know if I want to box myself into that or not. So yeah.
I was gonna ask if you had maybe like one sentence put on the card or on the LinkedIn
Mhm.
to kind of describe it. Then you said you're writing it as you go, which is
Yes.
cool. I
Yeah.
wonder if part of your business strategy could be um, crowd crowd influenced. So
Mm.
instead of crowdsourced, crowd influence, so maybe
Mhm.
like since you already have the first chapter or two or three, fans may want to read about themselves. Maybe they could do it for a cost.
Yeah, so they like get put into the story. I like that idea. That's funny. The first book I ever wrote, I put a bunch of my friends in it, and it was really fun because I'd always, and they would get a superpower in the story, and so they'd read, and they'd get to figure out what their superpower was, and they really enjoyed it. So that's a fun idea. I like
I
that.
mean, like, I mean, obviously, it'd be weird if there was 1,000 characters.
Yeah, that happened that happened with me with my friends, and then I realized that they were all girls. And I was like, "Oh no, I need to have boy characters." So then I doubled the amount of characters. And there was like way too many characters.
But I guess it's like maybe you never run out of chapters and characters and ideas.
Yeah, it's what I consider it like an emergent story. So my plan is like I'm going to be writing this thing for the rest of my life. Like it'll just grow with me. So having too much is really not a problem. Yeah.
Oh, we have to get started reading it.
Yeah.
I wanted to share. I just read about this person in the magazine, but he's a horror writer, and he came up with this similar concept where he is going to publish an apocalypse type story, but it's coming out from Ortonville, Minnesota's like publishers, and they're gonna.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
newspaper. It's like a real newspaper, and
Oh
you can
yeah.
subscribe to this, and the story comes out every week, and Stephen
Yeah.
King's like a writer within it. It's crazy, but like
Oh,
this
like Stephen King is a character
no,
as a
he's the
writer?
right. He's like putting his work into this,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so I'm seeing there could be something where you
Yeah.
have like a subscription. I know you want to share it with the world.
Yeah, um I've thought about like partnering with a newspaper, or I've also thought about like doing like direct mailers. So if you paid like a little bit extra, you could actually like get it like as like a small pamphlet in the mail. Um yeah, cuz like yeah, reading it physically is very much a different experience. Yeah.
Are you going to try and monetize your social media presence with all of this? Like YouTube, being
Yeah.
on YouTube, obviously you can monetize
Yeah.
it that way.
My strategy is to just kind of take it one step at a time. So right now, like one thing I've learned from social media is that like an audience is an asset. So right now I'm like investing in my audience and building the asset of an audience. And then one day once I have that like sizable asset, then I can kind of cross the bridge when I get there and decide like, okay, what do I want to do? I want to do sponsorships? Do I want to make it like pay to subscribe? Like what do I want to do? But one step at a time. Staircase.
So what does hypnagogue mean? According to this, I don't know that that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because it says
Yeah.
hypnagogue is an agent that induces drowsiness or sleep. Do you want us to go to sleep?
Um
Listening.
yeah. So hypnagogue is a word that I made. But apparently exists elsewhere, which is fine. There's actually an artist on Spotify also called Hypnagogue who I would love to collaborate with. But Hypna is like the pseudonym, means the state between sleeping and waking. And so there's a lot of like trance in the book and hypnosis. Hypnosis is kind of like the basis for all their science. And then or not the main character, the narrator specifically is a hypnagogue. So you kind of get to learn what a hypnagogue is through him. Yeah. Yeah.
Partner with Jonathan on a game.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be really fun. That'd be super cool. Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool.
Questions?
Yeah.
I just want to make the comment that I was sort of jumping into a conclusion when you're doing your presentation regarding writer's block
Mm.
specifically. And you had a picture of the standing next to a giant mountain.
Mhm.
And I thought because of getting over writer's block or anything like that you would be really talking about muscle movement that will break any writer's block ever.
Well, like get into your body type
Yeah,
of thing.
just paint the wall, whatever you have to do.
Mm.
And you did it. And I'm like, well, how is she getting past writer's block? No. turn
Mm.
into a good story around that. But I thought if you're going to be at some point mentoring other writers or the like, that
Mm.
might be a suggestion.
Yeah, I love that. Like one thing I've really noticed about like the process of writing a novel is it really is about like understanding motivation and like understanding like how to work with your own like mental energy and so like in your body's energy too.
Well, it's a brain thing actually. It's like
Mhm.
why do you have kids take recess,
Yeah.
climb on
Yeah.
things, right? It's
Totally. Yeah, that sounds like a fun writer's workshop. Yeah. Just go play on the playground. Yeah.
Questions? All right. Thank you, Laura.
Okay. And if you want to take